Hi guys, welcome to your Tarot Pega card reading. Today we are going to do how to tap into your divine ideas. And this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. For pile number 1, I picked celestite. Okay, this one is going to be an orange calcite. And then this one is going to be rose quartz. Okay, so I'll let you guys intuitively tune into which is the pile for you, and the timestamps will be below. All right, pile number 1, let's talk about how you can tap into divine ideas. So when I look at this spread, the first thing that I'm drawn to is the Ace of Cups. And it feels to me like you get these ideas and inspirations that are from the divine, but you're kind of shutting them down. I feel like your ego is shutting them down as soon as they start to come through and burst through your consciousness. And I get this sense that part of you is like, no, it can't be that easy. That won't work. So you could be perhaps in the shower getting divine ideas, but then your mind is going to have a litany of reasons as to why that's ridiculous and that's not going to work. When really, looking at things from the alternate perspective, looking at them from this perspective of, but what if I just knew nothing? Okay, because I'm getting the sense that you feel like you already know everything or you know too much, and it's this I know everything attitude that's stopping these ideas from continuing to flower, right? The ideas have kind of been planted, they're starting to grow a little bit, but they never get to the flowering stage because you're like, oh, flowers don't exist, right? And it's you could allow your ideas to move to the next level and these divine ideas to progress in your life if you just took the stance of, what if I just knew nothing? What if I just suspended all of my ideas just for a short time and was curious, right? Curious, yes, that's what it is. Okay, feeling the feelings in your body of, oh, that's very curious. What an interesting idea. And just allowing yourself to meander on that path the way the fool does. She just kind of goes off and sees what she finds. So what if you were to just allow yourself to see what is randomly down that road, what is randomly down that path? Because I feel like there are some people around you that are that would support your dreams and that would help you develop them, or they would at least agree with you in some manner. But I feel like you don't even take those ideas or those divine insights or those dreams and share them with this person or people because your mind is shutting them down immediately because you already think that you know everything when you've already been given gold. You've already been given gold. You already have it, but you're dismissing it. You're not seeing it. You're just nah, that's not what it is. And it's no, that's what it is. You're already holding the gold. You already have it. You already got the idea. You already got the idea, right? And things can change in an instant. You can just suddenly reorient, right? Wheel of Fortune, turn it all around, and just suddenly everything can be totally different. And you can be like, oh, this is magical. It almost seems like your entire life is just it's so different, but it's different because you're different, because you see it differently, because your viewpoint changes, because you turn around and then you see things through completely different eyes. Okay. So the next thing that is coming up here is portal and new doors opening, right? Which is, it's reminding me of the Wheel of Fortune. Moonlit baths, take it easy, relaxation, rest and pause. And the Fortune Teller 10, all the answers are within you. Okay, so you've received what you need to know. And maybe, oh, that's funny. I said something about a shower earlier with all this water, and now we have her. She's in the bathtub. So I feel like connecting to water, it must allow your mind maybe to suspend all of its thinking about how no, that's not going to work. I already know what it is. It's going to be da-da-da-da-da. And so connecting to water, I would say, is probably going to help you get in touch with yourself. So, and allow those ideas to actually fully poke through in your consciousness. So maybe some sort of swimming, if you can do that, or if you can go to the river or the lake. But whatever you have access to, even just a moonlit candle bath situation, is going to allow your mind to shut down more and allow that intuitive thing to come out. And then we have, what do we have? Breathe in bliss, exhale bullshit. Okay. We also have stay away from drama today. And we have surround yourself with your soul tribe. So who are the people in your life that will support you and that will listen to you? And I feel like you know who this person or people are, where if you were to share with them your divine idea, they go, oh yeah, that's right. Because I feel like this person or people, they can identify the validity of like your idea or your idea for the next step of what you want to do. Like maybe this person is supportive or intuitive somehow, and they would be like, oh yeah, that's a fabulous idea. I feel like you should share it with those people. And then stay away from drama today, breathe in bliss, exhale bullshit. This gives me the feeling of you spending a lot of time in situations with other people that are bullheaded. Maybe it's people that you work with, other people that have this same sort of rigid mindset about this subject that you do, and those people are not helping you. So breathing out all of their preconceived ideas, which are your preconceived ideas, and all of this, like, it feels like this cloud of doubt that surrounds you and these other people, maybe they're coworkers. It's hard for me to tell. This is a general reading. So whoever these people are that are like naysaying and you can't do that, it'll be hard, it'll take a long time, you can't take that route, you got to take this route, just like breathe all that out. And if you need to separate yourself from those people, that would probably be a good idea, right? As much as you can. And then we have spirit of gratitude and sacred reverence. So divine ideas from the universe about how you should do things, if you treated them with sacred reverence instead of dismissing them, it could be just like so different. It could be so different. So like, what was it that caused you to like get gold from the universe, to receive these beautiful divine answers about something, and then for you to just toss it away as if they're mere rocks? Like what is that? You know what I mean? These ideas that are coming to you, they are a result of your asking and your prayers, and they need to be treated with reverence, and they need to be honored. And feeling like gratitude and honor for the gold you have been given will allow you to transform whatever is keeping you stuck. Because the gold that you hold in your hand are the divine ideas that you've been given. And those ideas all contain the seeds to like transform everything. Like this like whole struggle thing that's happening with the doubt and the naysayers, and it's hard and you feeling, oh, I can't do that. That is like, it's pulling you down, and you don't need to be in that. And you just have to make a conscious choice of like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to engage in that vibration. Like, I'm letting it go. So now we have precious time and celebration. The Fairy of Time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste other people's time either. So I feel like if you, how do I say this? Opportunities, they do have like a shelf life. To me, it feels like a window, right? And when you go during the divine window of when you were given this idea of do this thing, do it this way, everything goes a lot smoother for you. And I feel like this is a wide window. This window goes on for months. But like, if you sit around and doubt and agree with, your ego and the other people's egos around you that believe that it's not possible, you'll like squander the time. And like, you really should go through the divine window that's being presented to you, because it's going to be a lot easier. So it feels in my body like the time is now. The next 3-4 months now's a good time. Like, don't, futz around and then next year in the spring be like, I think I'm going to do that thing now, because it's not going to be the same. Because you're being given the divine idea to do it now for a reason, because now is the time to do it. Because there's other circumstances and events probably that you can't see that are lining up that will make it work. That'll make it just kind of like roll along, and it'll work. Like the plant will flower. You know what I mean? Whereas if you do it later and you miss your window, it's not going to be the same. Yeah, you might not get a flower. All right, celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out and dance today. An invitation could be on the way. So this to me feels like lightheartedness. It feels like joy, and it feels like the feeling like that you're going to feel when you acknowledge this is a good idea. I am going to take action on it. I am going to go down that path, right? I am going to just suspend all my doubt and just pretend like I know nothing and I'm curious. I'm just going to be curious. I'm going to be curious. And if you get into the energy of curiosity and how could that be different? What would the next step be? What other interesting things could happen, right? If you get into that energy, you're going to have cause to celebrate. And it feels this energy of like feeling so light, like, oh my goodness, like I'm so glad I did that. Like this is like so amazing. Like all these other issues and like things that I was like feeling before, like they're not even a thing. Like it's like, whew, like it's just gone. Like everything is just like turned around, right? And you're just like, oh, it's completely different now. So being in the energy of openness, curiosity, receptivity, right? Believing in yourself, acknowledging the gold that you hold in your hands, right? Just be like, oh, this is a divine idea. Thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Okay? It'll allow you to move forward. So number one, it starts with acknowledging that you already hold the answers, you already hold the gold. Next step is continue to be curious and continue to take steps forward and see where it leads you. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks. If you like this reading, share it with a friend who you think would love it. All right. Bye, y'all. Hi, pile number 2. All right. So how to tap into your divine gifts. All right. So as I move into this reading for you, the first thing I notice is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, it makes me feel like you get an idea and you like want to run with it. Like you get really excited and you're like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And then I could do this and then this thing over here. And it just kind of like topples out of you. And then the next card is this Emperor. And the Emperor feels like rules, regulations. It feels like almost like somebody's voice in your head telling you, you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Who do you think you are? And this voice, I feel like maybe it's from the way you grew up or something the nature of that. And you hear this voice all the time and you don't even really realize that this voice is kind of like from somebody else from your past. And it's not actually true. It's just like a narrative that's been playing on in your head in loop for a long time. And you take a lot of these like ways that you view things as true, right? Oh, I can't do that because of A, B, and C. I don't have the time because of this. Or, oh, this obstacle is in my path, therefore I can't do it. So this Emperor card feels really like the Dream Crusher card, honestly. I'm not trying to be like overly dramatic, but it feels crushing to me. So what this does, what this creates is you get an idea, you feel excited, you're like, yeah, and then this whole like dream crushy thing happens, and then you have all this conflict, right? But the conflict is internal because the Five of Wands is reversed. So you're like, it's all happening inside. Like your desires are like, hey, let's go. But then you're like, no, but I can't. And it's creating this problem where like you really want to move forward, but you can't seem to figure out how to do that. You feel all this internal emotional conflict with moving forward because you feel like you can't, because this is stopping you. And so, yeah. The next card we have is the Death card. And the Death card and then the Ten of Wands reverse, which makes me feel like it's time to let go of all of these burdens. When I tune into the Death card, it draws my attention to the pile of Oracle cards I have for you. So I feel like the Oracle cards are going to explain how you're going to transform this, because the Death card is transformation. Okay, so this pattern that you've been doing, we're going to go into how you can transform it and let go of your burdens, because the Ten of Wands is carrying them when they're upright, but when they're reversed, she's letting go of the wands. Okay, so it is very possible for you to let go of the wands, because that's what this card is showing us. Okay, and now let's get into exactly how you can do that. So the first cards that I have for you are Ego Trap, Check Yourself, Ego Judgmental Thinking, which that brings me back to the Emperor card. The second one is Life Laundromat, Choose Your Own Destiny. The third card is Sky Library, Learn from Your Past. And Energy Field, you get back what you put into the universe. So, okay, here's what's happening. You want to do something, right? And then you start thinking about why you can't do it, okay? And so now you're putting out, I like how this has this like kind of matrixy thing happening here, right? So imagine that these are thoughts, okay? Each thought that you think has a certain geometry. So if you're thinking the thoughts of, oh, but I can't do it, there's an obstacle in my way that's preventing me from going forward, you're creating this like geometric matrix around your body. And then what happens is reality just reflects back to you what you just put out. Reality just reflects back to you, oh yeah, you're right, you can't do that. And it's not true. It's that you're like creating it by like focusing on it, thinking about it, magnifying it, and then you keep seeing what you're putting out. Right? Okay, that's what this card means. So, life laundromat, you have all these other choices. There's completely different ways of seeing things. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 8 choices, like literally right in front of you that can be totally different, and you can shift things up. But you're going to have to stop listening to the voice of the traditional way of doing things. Of maybe it was a parent that you grew up with that told you that you were no good at that and you can't do that. You'll never make money doing that. Don't do that, right? And they're just trying to keep you safe, which is lovely. But that's from their problems and isn't actually true and doesn't have anything to do with you now, except for the fact that you keep thinking it, which is why you keep creating it. Okay, ego trap. Yeah, your ego is like creating this web that is stopping you from moving forward. Sky Library, learn from your past. So there's all these different things you can tap into. Look at how many books she is surrounded by. You are surrounded by solutions. You are surrounded by alternative ways of thinking, alternative ways of doing things. They're probably physical books in your house. Okay, so you could even, if you have a bunch of books, just intuitively run your fingers along the books, see if there's a book that you like, and just, you can even command that your what you need to know just comes to you, and you can choose a book like a tarot card deck. Just run your hands along the book, choose the book, open it up, and then just intuitively choose the page, read the page, and decide the page is going to give you your answer that you need, okay? So you can do that. You have alternate choices all of the time to see things completely differently and completely switch your reality, right? So that then you can just let go of these burdens. You do not need these burdens anymore. We also have the Endless Possibilities card. You have so many possibilities available to you. The next thing that I have is the Will-O-Wisps, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows, Magician's Sword, Confidence in Your Magic, Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain, and then Eyes of the Eagle, Raising Above the Fray. So I feel like you can see some of these things that are holding you back, right? You can identify them. When I move into the Will-O-Wisps card, treasures hidden within the shadows, like the voice of your intuition, it feels more like a will-o-wisp. It feels more almost like my hand can just like fall through it. It feels kind of faint. So it feels faint because there's been so much focus on the ego and so much focus on how you can't do it and things are boring and not as much focus on the magical. What I see with this Magician's Sword is confidence in your own magic. So you have the ability to confidently declare and decide that these things are no longer holding you back, and you can command that you have a different life experience, a different perspective, and you see things differently. I feel like you can just take this sword and just slice away all this pain. You can just be like, phew. And you do that by making a choice. So making choices is powerful, right? Declaring and deciding things is powerful, right? And in doing that, you're going to change what's reflected back to you. It's going to be completely different. And then all your wants are gonna drop away. So I feel like what needs to happen here is you don't need to know like every single ego idea that you have going on that's stopping you. But what would be useful and helpful is to declare that you're not going to allow these things to stop you anymore. You're going to see them for the illusions that they are. You're going to see the inner self-talk, the thoughts that you continually think over and over and over again. You're going to actually see them as they really are, which is just like ego stuff. Okay? It's just ego stuff. So I feel like for you to tap into your divine ideas, right, and really run with them, you need to claim, your sovereignty. You need to claim that you deserve to have what you want, and you deserve to allow your magic to unfold. You deserve to allow your desires to carry you to where you want to be. Okay? And you do that by declaring it. So how I would declare it, in order to give like a really concrete example, is what I would do is I would probably do a small ceremony, and a ceremony can be whatever you want, right? I will always just tune into my body what I want. And I will sit down and I will ask my angels and guides. And if you need to write it down to make it more like concrete or to stop your mind from wandering, that's a good idea. But write it on a sheet of paper or in a specific notebook that you only use for this purpose, and declare and ask and choose that all of your guides of the light, from the light, and within the light assist you with this issue now. And you would just write it clearly, like, I choose and I command that these ideas and perceptions holding me back are gone. I choose and command to release all of these things that are not serving me. I ask that all of these things that are binding me in my mind be released in the easiest and best way, preferably while I'm asleep. And I choose and I command that I am easily able to tap into my desires and bring them to fruition. And this is not stopping me, right? This whole ego thing, we're just letting that go. We're just going to allow all this conflict go, right? So that then we can have our desires and we can move forward easily and naturally. And then our reality is going to reflect to us how easily and naturally our desires are moving, and how easily naturally things are working out for us. Because right now you're in the universe. You're in the universe where things are annoying and they're not working out for you. You're just being reflected back your mindscape, right? It's not that these obstacles are true. They're not true. Okay? So make a new choice. Commanding and declaring, right? That these things no longer are allowed to impede you. You get to allow your energy to move forward, okay? Is going to put you into a new reality stream, and it's going to allow your reality is going to reflect different things back to you, right? So then you'll be reflected back these easy positive things. And then I feel like the will-o-wisps, the treasures hidden in the shadows, these like ideas from spirit are going to be able to be more prominent in your life, and they're not going to be crushed by like this ego situation, right? They're going to be able to be front and center so that you can take these divine ideas and you can run with them, because you're not going to have all these obstacles in the way, right? Because you're choosing the reality, you're commanding and choosing the reality of, it's working for me now. Of course I deserve to have this be easy. Of course I deserve to have this be fun. Of course I deserve to have everything work out beautifully. Oh, I did have 2 more cards here. Find balance and motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. There's something you've been merely thinking about doing. They say get busy and do it. Yeah. So yeah, the thing you've been thinking about doing, the thing you're excited about doing, give yourself permission to do that thing. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Give yourself permission to do that thing. Okay? Use your words. Use your words and command. I give myself permission to do that thing. I deserve to do that thing. And it will be reflected back to you. All right, the last one is find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you'll have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Yeah, it's expanding so much of your energy to have all this internal conflict. And if you just let it go, you're going to realize you're going to actually have so much time to carry out whatever your divine ideas are here, because your bandwidth isn't going to be taken up by arguing with all the things going on in your mind and all your ego's reasoning about why you can't do the thing. You're going to feel so much more free. You'll feel more in balance, and you're going to be like, oh, I actually have endless time to do this. Like, everything's fine. Everything's in perfect balance. I have everything that I need. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and it's just going to be like, it's going to be easy. Okay? All right, guys, if you all enjoyed this reading, share it with a friend. I'll see you all later. Hi, pile number 3. So this is your reading for how to tap into your divine guidance. So the first card that I'm really drawn to the most in this reading is the Empress. I feel like she's center and she's the most important. So I feel like in the not too distant past, something happened that was very disruptive, and you thought something was one way, and then you learned additional information, found something out, saw something, somebody told you something, and you realized that it really wasn't. And even though it was very unpleasant and you suffered a lot of negative emotions about it, it did allow you to see things clearly. So whatever was hidden before is now in the light, right? It's in full light. You're very aware of it. You can see it. But somehow it's managed to unshackle you. And I feel like you've like walked out of the ash and your shoulders are back and your head is tall and you're feeling very good, right? So even though it was not so great, there is this feeling now of being like, feeling very confident and very like unshakable in this Empress card here. And the next card that I'm feeling with the Three of Cups and the Queen of Swords is somehow being with others, allowing yourself to have more closeness with others, is bringing through more like joy and happiness in your life, which of course is going to allow more divine guidance to come through as well. And I feel like you have a you just feel really solid in your power, whereas if I move behind the tower, that same solidness is like not there to the degree that it is now. So you have changed and you have come out of this situation, this betrayal, whatever the negative thing was. And now that you're on the other side of it, you feel closer to others. You feel more strong in your power. You feel more radiant. Okay? So the next cards that come up are quieting the mind and wishing upon a star. So when you go inside, when you're in your body, in those moments in between, the spaces in between, when you're in the shower, when you're taking a walk, when you're being meditative and staring out the window, what is it that you really want? Like, what is it that you desire? Because I feel like with this Empress energy and this Queen of Swords energy, like, you have the power to really bring it out. Whereas before, I don't feel like you were as solid in the power, so bringing out what you really want it just would have been harder. But now I feel like you can really do that because you have this like conviction behind you. And the next set of cards that we have is Lake Midnight, You Are Not Stuck Here. Soul's Window, Listen to What Speaks to Your Soul. And Headspace, You Are Overflowing with Creativity. Soul's Window is similar to the Quieting the Mind card. So Lake Midnight, so I feel like your inner sense of self is a lot stronger. And there are some outside circumstances. They're still not quite what you want them to be. But you're not as focused on that. I feel like you're way more focused on standing in your power, and that feels really good. The next thing I'm noticing with these cards is that this has an eyeball in it, and this also has an eyeball in it. So it's like even though there are some outside circumstances that aren't as you desire, your soul's path is literally like right there. Like even amidst the darkness, you can still see the light. You're like, yeah, I know this, and this isn't the way I want it, but I can feel and I can see like, yeah, I need to be focused on this. I'm going in this direction. It's going to be okay. So there's this overwhelming sense of it's going to be okay, even if you don't know all of the steps to get there. Moving into this card, a couple things come to me. Travel, for one, because she's looking out at this beautiful mountain scene. If you've been called to travel, it's probably a good idea to do that. I feel like it'll clean out your energy field, allow you to be reset. And maybe divine ideas will come to you in that way. But this, like, really tapping into what do you actually desire? What do you actually want? It's a whole, like, plethora of ideas and creative things are just going to, like, come and pour out of you. Which brings me to the next set of cards. Journal it out, write out how you feel, tune into your inner peace, embrace your inner divine goddess. Embrace your inner divine goddess is just like this Empress card. So if I move into these cards, these two cards in particular are making me feel the feelings in my body of like, I deserve to be supported. I deserve to have the things that I need. I deserve to be able to step up. And it's really like claiming that inner, like, I do know what to do. I do know what to do, right? I am easily carrying out my desires. I have divine connection to spirit, and therefore I do know what to do and I can carry it out. It's just deeper and deeper layers of claiming that. And I feel like spirit does come to you very clearly in those moments in between. Staring out the window, taking a walk, being in the shower, as I said earlier, things like that. I feel like it would be a great idea to journal out what you feel like as soon as you get out of the shower. Write down the, divine insights that you have, or just like put them in your phone. I personally, in one of my my notes app, like I have it pinned, and I'll put all my ideas in that notes app. And at the second I get the idea, I'm like, all right, I'm acknowledging that idea. I'm honoring that idea. And I'm honoring it by writing it down. And I'm honoring it by putting it in the notes app that's pinned so that it gets more weight. You know what I mean? We write down what we need to buy at the grocery store, but we don't write down our divine ideas, and it's mildly ridiculous. So I do have a place to write down the grocery store stuff too, but I also have a place to write down the divine ideas because they are important. They do deserve to be honored. Just if you want, so here's how I feel about this. If you want your energy to be honored and you want to fully bring out more of this divine empress, divine goddess energy fully, then you need to honor the divine guidance that is being given to you. And you need to treat it as such and acknowledge it as such. So tapping into yourself and maybe writing out, like, how can I honor my divine guidance more? How can I honor my creativity and my flow? Because those are gifts from spirit. They are literally the keys to the entire kingdom. And the universe gives us these keys sometimes and we don't even notice, and we drop them, leave them on the floor, whatever. But they need to be treated with reverence. Right? We take the time to wish upon a star. We take the time to ask for what we want. But then when we receive, we need to acknowledge it and be like, yes, I did receive it. Thank you. Okay. So I'm feeling like you're already getting these divine ideas from spirit, and whatever the negative thing that happened in the not too distant past was, it's actually helped you a lot because now you're standing way more in your power than you were before. So the last cards I have for you is wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you. And look in a book. Whatever your question is right now, you'll find the answer in a book. Okay, so you already have access to all the divine desires and divine answers that you want. And it's... What am I feeling about this? I'm feeling like there may have been a book you read in the very recent past, or maybe it was like a blog article or something, and you read it and you're like, oh, that was a good idea. And it gave you a divine idea, right? It gave you a divine insight. Did you write it down? Did you honor it, right? It's almost like, what if all of our divine ideas were from, like, what do I want to call this? Like a spirit messenger? What is the wording? What if a spirit messenger himself or herself came to your door and knocked on it and gave you this like beautiful divine insight, right? You would want to take that and honor it and water it and nurture it. And whatever it was that you received when you were reading a book or whatever you were doing, it's really time to acknowledge that and believe in the magic. The more you believe in the magic, the more you focus on how you're receiving exactly what you need and you're getting all the divine answers and everything is showing up in the perfect way, the more it will literally just show up in the perfect way and you'll get exactly what you need and it'll all just work out and you'll know exactly what to do, right? Like, all the wisdom is within. You have all of it. Like, it's literally right here. So acknowledge it when it comes in, thank spirit so much, and write it down. Write it down. I feel like that would be like the most divine thing to do here. Okay? All right. Oh, we didn't do turn lemons into lessons. I feel like that has to do with this. It might be a good idea to kind of write out some of what happened, not to focus on it, but to be like, what was the gift that this opportunity, that this situation gave me, right? Like, what is the gift? What was the profound insight? What is the beautiful thing that I can see now because of this difficult situation that I couldn't see before? How am I freed because of this situation? How am I now able to go to the next level because of this situation? Why was it like so great that this happened? Because now I can do A, B, and C or whatever it is, okay? So looking at things from that perspective of like, wow, this was actually perfect. Like, I got exactly what I needed and I'm so much more in my power now. And this feels great, right? This feels so much, oh, that feels so solid to me. It feels so good. And when you can like, it's almost like, how do I put this? By acknowledging the negative things that happen and being like, it's okay, I forgive you, you know, negative thing, you are released. You can, it's going to increase your capacity to receive the good things, the divine ideas that are coming to you. You can accept them more by releasing, accepting, and forgiving the past. It's thereby going to allow you to honor and accept the divine ideas and insights that are coming to you, instead of just kind of half-heartedly noticing them but not fully integrating them into your life. Your capacity to receive just feels greater to me now, especially if you turn lemons into lessons. Okay, see how actually everything is great now. How actually it was perfect that this happened because now you're here. It was perfect that this thing happened because now you're able to do A, B, and C. You're able to see. You're able to see. You have the divine light. You're like, oh, I get it now. I can see. It's so clear to me. It's so clear, right? That will allow you to like open up your inner sight more, and really you'll be like, oh, I acknowledge this, this, and this. And I did intuitively feel this, this, and this. And I feel like by acknowledging the insights you had in the past, it will allow you to acknowledge more of the insights that you're having currently and that you'll have in the near future. And you'll be able to honor them more. And you'll be able to be more in this like magical empress energy, and you'll be able to sustain it and be grounded in it. Okay? All right, I hope that made sense for you all. Pile number 3. And if you enjoyed this reading, please send it to a friend so they can get a reading too. All right, bye guys. All right, the decks used in this video are Shine from the Inside, Oracle of the 7 Energies, the Shaman's Dream Oracle, Oracle of the Fairies, You Are Here. I think I got this deck on Etsy. And then Modern Witch Tarot deck. Alright guys, I'll see y'all later. Bye!